Happy Friday, everybody. I wanted to do a quick introduction for today's interview. Today I interviewed Dustin Irwin and Christine Canales. They own Holy Shine, which is a mobile car detailing service here in Bryan College Station. So let's go check it out. Hi, everybody. I am here with Dustin Irwin and Christine Canales, and they are the owners of Holy Shine Auto Detailing Spa. I probably messed that up, but I'm gonna kind of let you guys talk to us about like what it is that you do, and kind of tell us a little bit more about what kind of like what all the services are that you offer.
Yeah. So Dustin started this about 3 months ago on his own. So it's for people's convenience, so they don't have to worry about going after work or during their lunch break to get their car detailed. Him and his staff can go anywhere that you are, and take care of your vehicle. And we're working on more stuff as well, like cleaning RVs, and upholstery within vehicles, like the headliner. So just letting people have the freedom to go about their day, but still get the full services that they would get anywhere else. And it's more individual to the person. And then if you want to talk about the services.
Yeah, so mainly what we're doing is selling convenience, right?
Sure.
So in this day and age, everybody's busy all the time, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I get that.
Exactly. So most people are busy. What we cater to are those people that are busy. They can't after work go and get their car detailed, or before work because they're at work, or
Sure.
they own their own construction company or real estate or this, that, and the other. And they need their cars because they have clients in their cars, right?
Sure, yeah.
So they need their cars to be cleaned and detailed to impress whoever they have in their cars, right?
Yeah,
so that's what we're getting to. But we also do it for the everyday, soccer mom or whatever you want to call them that has, a couple
Cheerios
kids
on the floorboard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a big
got
thing.
in my car the other day, and he
I
goes,
have personally vacuumed up more Cheerios than I can honestly tell you.
People laugh at that, but if something were to happen, I could probably feed my kids off of the floor of my car. I'm kidding. I never would, but
no, exactly.
my son got in my car the other day.
I've done my fair share of those cars.
Yeah, and he told me, he goes, Mom, why is your car so dirty? Why are there Cheerios all over the floor? And I was like, I need somebody to clean my car. And I actually thought about it because, in the hustle and bustle of the day, like, you have to go get your oil changed, right? You have to go run those errands. But sometimes you're just like, you just run out of time to keep things clean. And that's really cool. So what's your radius? Will you pretty much go anywhere, or like how far out do you typically travel?
So we'll go to Iola, Navasota, Hearn, Caldwell. We'll go there. There's an additional charge for that, obviously,
right? Yeah.
Like a fuel charge, right?
Sure.
But other than that, yeah, like this central area, like Bryan College Station and a little bit out is where we'll go as of right now. If you want like a premium package, we'll leave a little bit further than that, but we're trying to keep it local as much as we can. Yeah.
Well, you don't want to overextend yourself and spend more time driving places than
I really don't. Yeah.
So, Dustin, what was that aha moment for you that you said, I got to do this? Like, because I'm sure you were doing something else before. Like, everybody's come up with these really cool ideas during COVID to kind of adapt. What was the big aha moment for you that made you decide you wanted to do this?
So I know that there's other mobile detailers here in town, right? There's a few others, but there are way more cars than all of us can do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if everybody wanted their car mobilely detailed, like at their office, at their house, whatever it is, they're just going to have to push them off. Everybody's going to have to push them off. So I think the more the merrier kind of thing, the more of us that do good work like this, the better.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that want that. They don't have time to go do that when they get off work,
Sure.
And if you provide a good service, then everything's well.
That's awesome. I've been really studying about that a lot because I mean I'm a real estate agent, right? So there's a ton of realtors in town. There's probably like over, I don't know, 1,000 at least.
There's a lot. Yeah.
And, right, I know. And so it's one of those things where if you operate from a place of like scarcity where you think that, you know, you have to compete with every single other person, it kind of leaves you meh. But when you operate from that place of abundance where you say, hey, there's plenty of work for all of us, then it kind of like helps perpetuate your business forward. So you said you started 3 months ago?
Started our company 3 months ago, yeah.
And I will say that like it was because of COVID that this idea came to him.
Yeah.
You know, to do it on his own. And it was, I mean, it's been amazing so far, and I can't wait to see where it takes us.
Sure.
But it was all done with the idea of giving back as well, because he's from here and I've lived here for 6 years. So this is our home, and like, what better place to start a business in than in this community where everything is always growing and getting bigger.
Yeah. So I have a question. So when you started out, was it just you doing all of the work on your own?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she would help me. So Christine would help me book the jobs, right? Like I would go make the connections.
Sure.
But so myself, I wouldn't get overbooked. I would tell her what I was doing, and she.
That's smart. That's smart.
No, I'm not good at that stuff. Yeah.
It's so hard to say no, and sometimes you have to. But anyway, go ahead.
And so I would tell her about all these jobs that I have booked up, and she organized it basically, and then devised like everything else apart from that.
Sure.
Like, hey, you got this at this time, this at this time, this at this time. So all I have to worry about, me and my guys have to worry about, is going to the job and getting the job done.
Sure.
And she's literally handling everything else. That doesn't have to do with doing the actual like detailing.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be able to do it myself at all.
You get to do what's in your genius spot, and she gets to do what's in her genius spot.
And like, she's brilliant at it.
That's awesome.
No doubt about it.
Organization makes me happy.
Yeah, no, I 100% get that. How quickly did you have to bring on more people? Like more guys on your crew?
Within the first month, 100%. Really? So I got a few bookings like here and there when we started, and then their friends told their friends told their friends.
Gotcha.
And he did an amazing job. Then it became like a thing that I had to train the guys that I hired to help me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that took a little while because I can't just go send them to go do a job that
100%.
Yeah, like I need to make sure that they do the job that I would have done. That whole like the Holy Shine experience, whole kind of thing that we're trying to go for here.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still in the training process.
Sure.
So they're still working with me on jobs.
Sure.
But immediately, like within the first 2 weeks, I had to hire another person.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, because it was growing so fast.
Which
is a good thing, yes.
Right. Yeah. No, that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
but it can be overwhelming.
Yeah. Because we need to make sure the quality is always there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where did the name Holy Shine come from? Can you tell me a little bit more about that, or did it just come to you one day?
So that's actually a funny story. So one of my best friends, I was sitting down with him talking about names, and I was thinking like, hey, A1 mobile auto spa, right? Because it'll show up first in the phone book or first in whatever, right?
There you go.
So that's a good, kind of thing. But then he asked me, he was like, hey, can you look up like big cities, like not just in Texas, just big cities. So, Miami, Baltimore, Los Angeles, whatever. He's like, look up the mobile detailers in those cities and go through the list, right? Mm-hmm. I went through all the lists and read them out loud. And after I was done with all that, he was like, which ones do you remember? And out of reading all of those, spending 20 minutes reading all of those, I could only remember one. and the name was Magic Bubbles. Yeah. And he was like, see, the name, even though it might be goofy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It rings a bell, right? So he was like, I think Holy Shine, ! Whatever, would be a great name.
Yeah.
And it was actually not my idea. It was my friend's idea.
Okay.
And the way
surround yourself with cool people, right?
Surround yourself with people that have great minds, of course.
A very creative person.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's where the name came from, and
I'm
happy that I didn't.
Martin.
Yeah. Thank you, Martin.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out.
I'm happy I didn't go with A1 or whatever I was gonna go with at the time.
Irwin's mobile detailing.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think you did a good job of coming, between the two things. So I think that's interesting because some people kind of like start their business up just by doing things. Did you seem like you kind of started out with a plan. Like you said, hey, I'm going to do this thing and I want to make sure I've got all this work done up front. And is that kind of what happened? Or did you kind of just start detailing and then you're like, oh man, this is going to become a thing,
That's basically kind of how it happened. So I was detailing for another person here in town, and they moved their company to Austin. Right?
Oh, gotcha.
So they actually trained me how to do it and everything like that. And then I started practicing on my own car and her car, just try to make it perfect, right?
That's a perk. Working on your car, that's a perk.
Yeah.
No Cheerios for me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amy.
That's how you get paid.
And so I practiced on my car and then did some research on like what chemicals to use for what and like what products are the best.
Sure.
And I decided on, we looked at the bottom line of buying, on buying the products. We decided like Chemical Guys has the name recognition, and also like all their products are amazing. So we decided exclusively, even though it might be a little bit more expensive, we decided to go with Chemical Guys only. Yeah. And everybody that I've detailed for, they're like, oh, you're using Chemical Guys.
Yeah.
Instead of,
that's good.
These just generic brands, like kind of, there's nothing wrong with generic brands if you can get the job done, but it helps us out because of brand recognition, right?
Yeah. If you're trying to be sure that your brand is a quality, you want people to know that your service you provide is of quality, you've got to use good products because, that would really mess something up if the products you were using were subpar. People aren't going to want to pay for a premium type package or premium service. Yeah, so that's a really good, smart decision, honestly.
And
that's great.
It's helped us out a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Like a few customers like, what chemicals, they'll message me, what chemicals do you use? And I was like, I'm exclusively Chemical Guys. Yeah. Like I don't get paid by them. They don't give me a discount. I'm using their products because their products I think are the best. Yeah. So hopefully one day they do give me a discount,
Like shout out. We'll tag him in the video, right?
They don't.
And then also, Amy, like within that same vein of the question you asked, he decided like, I want to do this, right? And it's kind of just exploded from there, from that idea. He got the name, the logo, he bought all the things he needed slowly, within the month, like all the equipment he uses that I don't know the name of or what it does, but he knows. and then it went to like, we got shirts in and hats and like we're working on different merch, and we set up our Square appointments app so people can book on their own, and I linked it to the Facebook. We started social media, and it's it's always a work in progress as get more familiar with all of that. Yeah. And especially like how to promote on social media, but it all started like from that one idea, and it just catapulted into what it is now. Yeah. And so I think it really was an aha moment that got us to this point. Yeah.
That's really cool. So how many cars or vehicles, or I guess, how much work are you doing in a week? Like how many cars do you think your crew does in like a regular week?
So on average, we're doing about 4 cars a day.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have my guys that, and they'll go to, if we run a special, because it, like today, it rained,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So we had a couple of the higher end clients reschedule,
Sure.
and that's not a big deal. So she had the idea, this is a while back, hey, what if it rains? You're going to lose all your business in one day.
Sure.
She was like, what if you just discount the interior detail?
Yeah.
A rainy day special.
A rainy day special. Yeah.
And he posted about it this morning, and we had several people message us.
It was more than several. It was about like 7 people or so.
Yeah.
So we did on from starting the day with 0.
Yeah.
Because we had to reschedule everybody else to when it stops raining.
Sure.
We had five people.
Yeah.
You know, message us on the Facebook and everything like that.
That's a really good idea, because you're almost gonna you're kind of creating a little bit of a niche for yourself there, right?
Yeah.
Where people are gonna gonna wake up and be like, it's raining. I can go get my car detailed
for cheaper.
And I don't actually have to drive anywhere in the rain. They'll come to my house.
See, that's to me, that's just the whole mobile part of it is just. Because I mean, I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. I run my own business. I don't have time for that kind of stuff sometimes. And so for me to be like, got my car, seriously, I think there's Eggo waffles in the floorboards. Like I have WeatherTech mats and stuff, but to be able to do that, to be able to call someone, have them come to me is just like the ultimate mom dream, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's a lot of what we do too.
Yeah.
Is the moms with the multiple children, everything like that, and children make a mess. Like, we've got a kid and he makes a mess. Yep. And
no respect.
That's we do. Yeah, none whatsoever.
Food everywhere.
They want to eat all the time on the go as well.
Yeah.
On the go. Yeah. And most of the time, parents, and whatever, they just feed the kid on the go.
You got it sometimes.
Just the car, not just sometimes. Yeah.
All the time. Yeah.
All the time. Yeah. And that's a lot of what we do as well. And we haven't had a single complaint yet about the job that we do as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And I'm super proud of that fact.
Yeah.
Because the more that mom, like just that little niche of the moms that have us detail their SUVs, their cars, their vans, whatever it is, like that makes me happy because they have to stress out about a whole lot less.
Yeah.
Because you've got kids, you've got all this other stuff going on all the time. The car is one thing that you shouldn't have to stress out, and you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to stress out about it.
And I mean, to be fair, moms are a really powerful networking group of people. Yeah. I mean, you find one mom that's like, man, this guy cleaned the beep out of my car. Call him. Like that's that's one of the biggest word of mouth networks that you can be a part of is any kind of mom group. So Dustin and Christine both, sorry, you're both there. I'm not used to 2, so I'm like trying to make sure.
It's fine. Yeah, I watch your videos and you only have one normally.
Yeah, well, this is all new. Like I was seeing, well, so for me, and this is kind of whatever, but I was looking at what people were doing for restaurants, right? There's all this support for restaurants. And I'm like, but what about makers? What about people who have different kinds of small businesses? And how can I help? Because like you were saying, Christine, like we live here, we have to take care of each other. And so for me, I have friends, I have met so many people that have all these really cool businesses. I just wanted to be able to give them a way to talk about what they're doing. And so this is all new for me, but I really, really, I enjoy it. It makes me feel good. So
it looks like you enjoy it.
I appreciate it. Where do you guys see your business in, since you've only been going for 3 months, and you've been doing great, maybe I usually ask the question, where do you see your business in a year? But where do you see your business in like 6 months?
So we're working on like different things that can make us more unique. And with that, I mean, we've talked about him like ideally getting fleet contracts to detail for businesses like that have multiple vehicles. So that's a goal we have that we can hopefully be at in 6 months. Later on down the road, if franchising becomes an option for us, I think that would be awesome too. Probably hiring more staff the busier we get, hopefully.
Right.
And just also another thing we've been planning with a couple of other friends that do their own thing here in town, and I'll just shout them out real quick.
And own their own businesses.
Chris McLean, Good Drink Chris. We're teaming up with him. Also, our friend Mike Hewlett, he owns Last Call Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in downtown Bryan, and he's an amazing teacher. And then our friend Brandon Ross, who owns Lone Star Meadery. We're trying to team up with our friends that are also local to the BCS area that have their own.
That started up their own business in the last like 6 months.
Yeah, we want to do a giveaway, so that's something I want to do within the next 6 months. Do raffle tickets. Everybody donate like some kind of service, and then we'll donate that money to a local charity or nonprofit of our choosing. So that's something that we've started.
My cat decided to join me.
Yeah.
All of a sudden the tail was just going across.
Oh yeah, I know. I was like, what is that?
Sorry.
But yeah, we've got really big plans, and it's so exciting, because every day it's something new, and so we're looking forward to the next 6 months. And what else can you think of your other goals?
Honestly, just the franchise aspect of it. So we're shooting a commercial here in the next 3 weeks.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, I'm really excited about it because we got to have a couple of unique cars that we're doing it with, and we have a great videographer that we're working with right now. His name's Eric Hubbard. He's a great dude. But he's going to be shooting it, and I want to send that to Chemical Guys. And then send it to Greenworks, who provide, like, I buy their pressure washers, stuff like that, and send it to them to see if we can collab, and hopefully they see the quality of our commercial. They're like, we're going to give you a discount or make a partnership. So
absolutely. That's so common now that kind of stuff takes place.
Yeah,
it makes
and
sense.
That's what we're reaching for, and we're striving for, and I hope it happens. There's no guarantees in anything, obviously, but we're gonna try, and hopefully it works.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I have all these like little ideas. I'm like, ooh, you could have like a detailing, you're talking about your friends, right, that have the meadery and stuff. You could have like how they have, I can't think of what it's called. Like the food truck things, right? Like, you could have a thing where like people come in, they buy a drink or whatever, have a food truck there, and you could all detail their car while you wait or whatever.
Right. That would be. And so we're excited to work with our friends on that, because I had been thinking of doing a giveaway
that's so cool
for a while, and I think it would be more of a raffle, but it would be nice to get our names out there and also give back to the community.
That's
because
awesome.
we all live here, and they're all local now.
So what is your we kind of talked about where your genius spots lie, but Dustin, what's your favorite part of owning your own business, or owning this business in particular?
So that's the stressful part, and I'm not going to lie about it. It is pretty stressful because I have so many people ask me questions, this and that. Probably it's training. I've got a few good guys that are like sponges, so I'm training them the way that I want things done, right? And that's probably like the most stressful, and it's not because they're not doing a good job or anything like that. It's because I have to train them how I want things done, not how how good they think they should be cleaned. Like, I don't want the customers to come out and spot a single problem. We're done. When we say we're done, I want us to be done. Not have the customer come out and nitpick a couple of things, and that's probably the only thing I can think of that's like kind of stressful with this. All the other stuff that would be stressful to me, Christine takes care of. So that's like all of the receipts that I'm buying for work. 100%. She handles everything else. So that's like all the accounting, all the booking, all that stuff. That if it was just me, honestly, I don't think I could take care of it all.
Oh.
And I'm grateful for her because she stepped up to the plate and she was just like, I want to help you do it.
That's awesome.
When I decided to, and we took a huge leap of faith, like doing this.
Yeah.
You know,
well, anytime
give her enough respect, enough for that, because we're about to get married too.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
So we have a wedding to plan for and everything
Sure.
like that. So taking this leap into this business, which took a good amount of money to start up and brand and all this stuff, and we have our wedding around the corner.
Yeah.
And she just stepped up to the plate and took care of all the stuff that I know I wouldn't be good at.
Oh,
which is
well,
all the stuff that has to do with
sweet.
accounting and everything like that, and booking and all that stuff.
All the organization.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it's good that we can, as business owners, like recognize the things that we're maybe not great at, or the things that we maybe, I don't even say struggle, but the things that maybe aren't our favorite things to do. And you like doing those things. So the fact that he doesn't, you can pass it off and you can work together, and knowing who's the right fit for the right spot kind of is really cool. Well, guys, I think we're about to wrap up, but is there anything else that you are wanting to talk about or tell people about? Just basically, here's your free platform to say whatever it is that you want.
Well, I want to say that when we do get the details of the giveaway raffle ironed out, we'll be posting about it and who we're teaming up with a little more. I also want to share that if you do a monthly recurring service, so he has a couple of customers that do that.
Like a maintenance.
Yeah, like every month you get the same service. That is 20% off.
Oh wow.
We are going to be thinking of more specials and stuff to make it an incentive for people to want to book, especially on days like this. So just everyone stay posted, because there's more coming. And we're really excited that everybody has been so amazing and sweet, and that's why we love this community. And I appreciate supportive. That's the word I was looking for.
And there's a lot of businesses that just started up too, and they're friends of ours as well. So that's a reason why we wanted to do the raffle thing.
Yeah.
The local business that are friends directly, like not friends.
Give other people some exposure.
Exactly. So it'll be a big raffle, and everybody's giving away something not for free, because you got to buy a raffle. All the money that we're making off of that is we're donating.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's not our money.
That's a wonderful idea.
Like that.
Yeah.
It's just to help the community, and we love this community. It's done a lot for us.
Yeah.
And it's done a lot for a lot of other people, and we just want to give back a little bit. But also at the same time, we're getting some exposure.
Of course.
To maybe some avenues.
That's how it works.
Maybe some avenues that we wouldn't reach before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is why we're so grateful for you reaching out to us.
Yes.
Because of course.
Yeah. Well, we have a mutual friend. We have a mutual friend, Saba Johnson, who has been a great cheerleader for me as well. And so when she threw out your name, so excited, I was like, all right, I got to do it. Let's do it. So
Saba is the best. And I also want to recognize our friend Martin Hooper with Drifting Creatives. He's helped us so much throughout this process. So
giving us advice here and there, all that kind of stuff.
So thank you, Martin.
Yeah,
we appreciate
he's a genius.
Y'all are so
creative
sweet.
Genius. Yeah. So.
Alrighty, well, I think that's gonna do it for us. So we will see you next time.
Yes, thank
you,
Amy.
Thank you so much.
You take care. All right,
Take care.